Thank you, Mr. President, members of the court, and with your permission, I now yield to Dr.أحمد الزيادات, Jordan's Foreign Minister.
I thank His Excellency Ayman Safadi. I now give the floor to His Excellency Ahmad Ziyadat. Your Excellency, you have the floor.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Mr. President, members of the court, it's an honor to appear before you on behalf of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan. There are 3 sections to my address. First, I will identify in overview Jordan and the Hashemite family's special role and interests in the Christian and Muslim holy site in Jerusalem for more than 100 years. Second, I will share my reflection of the more than 3,000 pages of evidence placed before the court on Israeli violations. Third, I will briefly identify consequences of the Israeli violations. Jordan's written submission and evidence that have been placed before the court on these matters are adopted herein. Mr. President, members of the court, Jordan and the Hashemite royal family have a special role as the custodians of the Muslim and the Christian holy sites in Jerusalem. This special role is of paramount importance to the whole world because it is what keeps the peace and preserves the historic status quo at Jerusalem holy sites. Jerusalem is holy to Muslims, Christians, and Jews, who together make over 55% of world population. And it must be a city of peace. Preserving the historic status quo is the key to that peace and to containing the global religious tensions. In performance of this role, Jordan administers the affairs of the Muslim holy sites in Jerusalem, including their maintenance and restorations. Jordan also takes all measures within its power to protect both the Muslim and the Christian holy sites. This special role is historic and internationally recognized, including by the US, the EU, Russia, the UK, the Vatican, the Islamic States, and Israel itself. I will briefly highlight its recognition by some of the most directly concerned states and bodies. The final declaration of the Joint Arab Islamic Summit held this year states, I quote, "The blessed Al-Aqsa Mosque, with its entire area of 144,000 square meters, is an exclusive place of worship for Muslims, and it is under the management of the Jordanian Jerusalem Awqaf, within the framework of the historical Hashemite custodianship of the Islamic and Christian holy sites." Article 2.1 of the Jordan-Palestine Agreement of 2013 states, I quote, "His Majesty King Abdullah II, as the custodian of the Jerusalem holy sites, exerts all possible efforts to preserve the Jerusalem holy sites and to represent the interests of the holy sites in international forums and competent international organizations through visible legal means." Israel itself recognized Jordan's special role in the Treaty of Peace between Jordan and Israel of 1994. Article 9.2 of the treaty provides, in this regard, Israel respects the present role of the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan in the Muslim holy shrines in Jerusalem. In 1924, the heads of churches in Jerusalem pledged allegiance to Sharif Hussein, reaffirming the Hashemite historic role in safeguarding and protecting Jerusalem holy places. The Hashemite kings of Jordan have performed that role ever since, and this allegiance has been repeatedly renewed. In 2013, His Holiness Pope Francis wrote to King Abdullah II to acknowledge His Majesty's custodianship. His Holiness stated, I quote, "I'm deeply conscious of His Majesty's internationally recognized role as custodian of the holy places of Jerusalem. The care of the holy places of Jerusalem has always been the highest priority of the Hashemite royal family. Turning to violations, Mr. President, members of the court, I will share a few examples of Israeli violations in the holy sites since its occupation of East Jerusalem in June 1967. In June 1967, within days of its occupation, Israel demolished the historic Maghrabi Quarter, consisting of 153 houses, and expelled its residents in order to enlarge the space in front of the Al-Buraq Western Wall for Jewish prayers. Further, the Maghrabi Gate pathway, an ancient earthen ramp leading to Al-Aqsa Mosque, was demolished in 2004 and replaced by a wooden ramp in 2005. A serious and more serious violation that has been going on for decades is the extensive and systematic digging and tunneling works around and underneath Al-Aqsa Mosque, which threatens its structural integrity. On the 10th of September 2023, a UNESCO decision criticized Israel for failure to cease these activities and described them as persistent and illegal under international law. In April 2020, during the holy month of Ramadan, the Israeli forces raided Al-Aqsa Mosque during dawn prayers and attacked Palestinian worshippers with rubber bullets, stun grenades, and tear gas, causing more than 100 injuries to more than 100 people and made more 400 arrests. In the same month, the ancient Kipli Mosque was subject to a similar attack, and significant damage was caused to historic glass windows, the minbar, and the carpet. On December the 13th, 2021, and on March 31st, 2023, the patriarchs and the heads of churches of Jerusalem issued a statement expressing their concern that Christians and their holy sites have become the target of frequent and sustained attacks by Jewish radical groups with the aim of diminishing Christian presence. Mr. President, members of the court, Israeli violations in the Muslims and Christian holy sites violate the rules of international law, including Articles 27, 53 of the Fourth Geneva Convention, as we have stated in depth in our written statement. Furthermore, Israeli violations of the historic status quo at the Muslim Christian holy sites in Jerusalem threaten their integrity. They inflame global religious tension and create confrontations along religious lines. Mr. President, members of the court, thank you for your attention, and I now request that you invite Sir Michael Wood to the podium. Thank you.
I thank His Excellency Ahmad Ziyadat. I now give the floor to Sir Michael Wood. Sir, you have the floor.